The James Harden story in Philly is finally over. Let's analyze. James Harden has finally found another place to play. That's right. In July, wasn't it? It was Dame first, and then Harden joined the list later, saying, I want out. And he said he had a specific team he wanted to go to. And Daryl Morey was like, I thought he really, there were no suitors for him. I mean, this is not the first time that he's done it, requested a trade. And I was surprised that it was this morning that it was announced. But I said the whole time, I mean, where would James Harden really what options did he really have? Honestly, what options did Daryl Morey really have? Honestly, everybody saw what happened. These last few years, whether it's leaving. We didn't think leaving OKC was a big deal. He just wanted a bigger role. So it was like, all right, fine. And then he got on the big stage, and I was years ago. I'm like, I don't know if he can carry a team, and boy, did he prove me wrong. And he did his thing out there in Houston for many years. Got a lot of money thanks to Daryl Morey. On top of that, as well, and he. Excuse me. Okay, I'm doing all right. And I thought I was gonna have a coughing fit. COVID, man. COVID. Leave me alone. But yeah. I thought that honestly, it was not where was James Harden gonna go? He just turned 34 years young. Okay. And he did have a solid year. He could have been an all-star, right? 20 points, 10 assists a game. The guy, he plays basketball very well when his mind is focused, and he wants another payday. I don't know if that's going to happen at 34 years old, but the whole time I said, look, he's done this act too many times. He went from Houston to Brooklyn, and then he went to Philly. And now he's with the Clippers. So let's take a look at what this trade, what each team got from this trade. First of all, you've got to look at the Clippers, right? They get James Harden, which is the best player of this trade. 34 years old, as I said, averaged 20 points a game, 10 assists, almost 11. And also Philip Petrusov. So they get those guys. And then the 76ers in return get Marcus Morris, I believe he's from West Philly, Nicholas Batum, KJ Martin, and Robert Covington. They also get the coveted draft picks. Isn't that what everybody wants? The coveted draft picks when you trade a player. 4 first-round picks and a pick swap. The 2026 first-round pick of the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 2028 first-round pick also goes to the Clippers. Pick goes to the 76ers. The 2029 pick swap, and 2024 and 2029 second-round picks. Not bad for a player that did not have suitors. I think a lot of people wanted no parts of him, wanted no parts of James Harden. But before we talk about James Harden and what he's going to do for the Clippers, how did the Sixers fare in this move? I think they did all right. You have a guy in Covington who can play the 4 small ball, in center, sometimes maybe the 3. KJ Martin, an athletic wing Bethune. I don't know. I mean, he's going to give you what he can. Mook Morris. I don't know what he has left, but he's going to be home, right? He plays defense. He can shoot the ball, and he's a 6'8" guy, 6'9" guy who can defend, and you can use him, right? You can use him. He one of those guys will help to replace PJ Tucker. And by the way, I'm happy PJ Tucker was part of that trade as well, because look, say what you will, both of these teams are going to be vying for playoff contention for each of their conferences. But I mean, many would say maybe the Clippers have the better team right now with this trade. I don't know. I think Philly did well for themselves. You know, they got a player that they were not going to use in a James Harden anymore, a guy who was a malcontent, and they got rid of him, and they got what they got they got picks. So good for them. Good for them. Why was this move so easy for Daryl Morey to make? Well, in my estimation, it came down to one player currently on Philly right now who's balling out of his mind, and that would be a Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey averaging 30 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. You think this guy wants to get paid? You think this guy wants to get paid? Absolutely. I think he's trying to get paid. And I think he is. I think he will get the money. I think Tyrese Maxey will get the bag. But I think that made it an easy move. You know, Phillies, you know, they are they're always going to be in the conversation, I think, for the playoffs with the MVP. And I already said, Tyrese Maxey, I believe, will be a guy who will be an all-star caliber talent this year. And in the first 3 or 4 games, it's looking like that's going to be the case. You know, it looks like that's going to be the case. So, you know, the guys that they've added to this team will help Philly. Will help. You know, the Mook Morrises of the world, the Bethunes of the world, the KJ Martins of the world, who was part of the rotation for the Clippers, Robert Covington, all of those players, I believe, will play for Nick Nurse. So I think Philly, you've got peace of mind, you've got the draft picks, and more importantly, you move on. Now, how does this help the Clippers? People are like, oh, well, with this move, the Clippers are, I mean, where does this put them in the West? I mean, the West is already loaded. I think I already said I thought the Clippers were a top 10 team in the NBA when they're, you know, when everybody's healthy. When you have a healthy James Harden, a healthy Kawhi, PG-13, and Russell Russell Westbrook is doing his thing right now. Now, here's the deal. A lot of people, oh, wow, now you add James Harden to the bunch. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. Because James Harden, his resume and his track record is not good these last few years. Okay? You know he doesn't do anything in the playoffs, really. He disappears. And more importantly, I feel that you're getting a player who has an agenda. You're getting a player who has an agenda. The agenda is to get the bag, to get paid. At 34 years old, you would think that at this point, James Harden wants to win, and that's all he's about right now. But a few reports came out. First, you know, Stephen A. did report on First Take weeks ago that it was James Harden basically had a max deal available for him in Houston. But, they spoke to him, interviewed him, whatever it was. And he says he basically wants to come back here and reclaim the James Harden of old for Houston, what he used to do. And the Houston Rockets said, wait, what? Mr. Dribble? Nah, we don't want that. So he lost out on that. See, you have the Clippers team, they're a lunch pail, gritty team with a guy like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. These guys get it in the mud in the sense of they play defense. Russell Westbrook, say what you will, they say he's a great teammate. See, you're bringing in a Harden here. I'm not going to, oh, wow, you're getting the 20 and 10 James Harden. See, James Harden has an agenda. He wants to get his money. And I don't know if that's what the Clippers want. You've got an all-star caliber talent. He's not the James Harden of old anymore. How is he is he coming into this Clippers locker room to compete, play hard, or it's all about his contract? And do the Clippers have to placate to James Harden because, hey, he can leave? I don't know where he's going to go. I think this might be James Harden's last stop. He better be very careful. The way he handles this situation, this might be his last stop. But I'll tell you what, if these guys are healthy and James Harden gets acclimated to the system, I'll tell you what, Ty Lue is a guy who I've always said knows how to adjust to the talent that he has. So if anybody's going to get James Harden focused and balling, he's going to the right place, playing under Ty Lue. I believe he is. Now, the thing that the Clippers must worry about is that a guy like Doc Rivers, who gets the quote of the day a few days ago, maybe this last week, start of the season, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said that James Harden was harder to coach than Ben Simmons. And I said, whoa. The drama basically that follows Harden is basically not worth it. And I'm like, okay. James Harden has to be aware of things like that, because if it does not work out with the Clippers, he's gone. He's gone. Mark it down. Watch. If it doesn't work out there, he's gone. I think he's going to be playing in Europe. I'm telling you. It's not worth it. Nobody's above their game. I'm telling you. But I think all in all, both teams did well. I think the Clippers, it depends. I mean, they add a Harden. He's an insurance policy. Again, when if PG-13 goes down, if Kawhi goes down, you add another all-star caliber talent. But I mean, does it really make a big difference? Only time will tell. We're going to see. We'll see what happens. Now, as we close with our By the Way segment, we're going to close out with this. The NFL trade deadline, it ends at 4:00 today, and the Vikings have acquired Joshua Dobbs with to help to quarterback the Vikings because Kirk Cousins got hurt. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, folks. Please like, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, à tout à l'heure.